I'm back in South Carolina right now. I'm back in basically Columbia, South Carolina, and you know how that Chinese spy plane was initially over. It was over in Montana. Well, guess where it is now? It's right here in South Carolina, and it's basically right above where Fort Jackson is. Let me see if you guys can see it. All right, so it's gonna be there. It is. Y'all see that? Now it's kind of shaky, but that's it. Another guy had a hundred times zoom camera and zoomed in on it, and you can see the basket actually on on the photograph he took. So this is the Chinese spy balloon that was initially. That's it. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, that's basically where Fort Jackson is. Fort Jackson is right down that way to the south. So Fort Jackson is to the south, southwest of Blythewood. So I'm in Blythewood right now, but this is southwest of Blythewood. That's where about where Fort Jackson is. Look at that. Chinese spy balloon. So now allegedly Chinese, right? So-called Chinese spy balloon. We all that just hopped up in here. I'm in Blythewood, South Carolina, and it's basically hovering over Columbia, South Carolina, about where this is where now Fort Jackson. There's an army base. Fort Jackson is in Columbia, and yeah, that's it right there. That's the balloon. That's the balloon. And like I said, that's southwest of me, basically where Fort Jackson is. That's gonna be where Fort Jackson is. That's kind of crazy, y'all. Kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? And if that's actually a Chinese spy balloon, so first, they tried to say, oh well, it's just a civilian. It's a civilian balloon. It's doing weather bullshit and all that. Ain't no such thing as civilian nothing in China. Okay, everything is ran by the Chinese government. Okay, so if that's ain't no way Chinese civilians are doing that without the Chinese government's knowledge. Okay, oh, it blew in on northerly winds. Fuck out of here. Let me tell y'all something. You know what I mean? That is the balloon. That is indeed the balloon. The guy that works at the general store I get my raw milk from. This stuff is delicious, y'all. This shit right here. Woo. This some good shit right here. Anyway, the general store I get my milk from, the guy behind the register, he took a picture with his phone and zoomed in, and you could definitely see that it's that same balloon that was in Montana. They didn't let it come all the way to the East Coast. All right, hold on, I gotta get some oranges. Good morning, sunshine. Sorry about that, y'all. I wasn't planning on going live. I had to go to UPS store and pick up. Let me tell y'all about this, man. Let me tell you about this. The last time I had the Modelo 19, right? I tested positive for Modelo 19. My heart was doing some weird shit. And for like a couple months after recovering from the Modelo, after testing negative, my heart rate was staying above normal all the time. You know what I'm saying? And when I sleep, my resting heart rate was, before I had the Modelo 19, my resting heart rate was always in the 40s, right? Then after, it was like in the high 50s, high 60s. And then I came across this stuff. I started taking it. Like within a couple of days, it dropped back down to like the low 50s. And after a couple more weeks, it dropped back down to like the mid to low 40s. Anyway, this stuff really helps with vasodilation, which is crucial for blood flow. You know, getting that good blood flow through your veins. Sunshine was good. It is impossible for a foreign object to fly over a territory of the U.S. with it being detected long before it even gets over territory. Yeah, I mean, either it's deployed by the U.S. or they're allowing China to have this balloon here. But for those of y'all who are just now coming in alive, let me show y'all. It's over here. Let me see, to the left of this pole. Y'all see it? Right there. But here's the thing. Here's my thing with here's why I don't really believe it's U.S. deployed. That's the general store. That's funny. Maybe it is a piñata. Oh, there's a second balloon? I didn't know about that. So my thing is this. If it's U.S. deployed, well, they would just say, well, it's one of our balloons, right? They wouldn't need to say that it's China's. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, is this a weather balloon? They could say it's a weather balloon. They don't, I mean, but if it's China's, you know, I don't know. Maybe it is China's. Because despite the left-right paradigm out here in the United States, despite the Kabuki theater, you know, China is really a threat. China is really actually a threat. So, you know, let's not forget that, right? South America. Oh, I heard they just talked about that in the general store. Yeah. And I'm sad because we had a general store right there. We loved it. Well, actually, we had the Red Barn in the general store. They shut the general store down, but now new owners are coming in to take over the general store. So we'll see what they do with it. Anyway, I never lived in a town that had general stores before I came to South Carolina. I really like that type of shit. But, you know, got my fresh fruit, my fresh winter fruit. But yeah, you know, if it's U.S. deployed, they would just say, no, it's ours. You know, we're doing this, that, and third. They really wouldn't have to explain it, right? Because it's their airspace. So, but we don't know. State-sponsored terror. That could be a case. There would be a reason to lie about it. But this college kid that runs, well, he doesn't run it, but he works at the general store. He said that he told his friend about it just now, and they're freaking out. And then one lady said that those balloons could deploy an EMP. That's actually true. It's actually true. It could indeed employ an EMP or deploy. Well, here's some other good stuff. God damn it. Elderberry honey tonic. You know what I'm saying? Help keep your immune system nice and strong. And that's also what the red Korean ginseng does. Korean red ginseng is great for your immune system. I haven't had any colds. I haven't had any mucus. I haven't had any mucus. Not much. I had a little bit of mucus a few days ago. A little bit of phlegm. I coughed it and spat it out, and that was it. Of course, your body has mucus. There's a mucus membrane within your gut and all and in your sinuses and stuff like that, which is crucial. You want mucus inside, but you don't want. If you have a lot of mucus coming out, that means that there's something going on. But haven't had any issues with mucus. Haven't been sick. None of that since I started using this Korean red ginseng. Let me tell y'all, I stand by it. And then I also have this fire cider. It has a bunch of herbs, whatnot, and apple cider vinegar. Another thing that will help clear your sinuses and help with allergies. Let me tell y'all, good stuff. So it's called fire cider. What's a beautiful dog my neighbor has there. Pulling up to the house. Marcy T, what's good? I don't know if I can still see I don't know if I can see this. Where'd the balloon go? But yeah, I just showed everybody the video. If you didn't see it, you guys can go back and watch the replay and see the balloon floating over. It's now over Fort Jackson. The position that it's in, and I have a great sense of direction. The position that it's in the direction that it's in is definitely Fort Jackson. So, you know, I don't know what's going on there. In there, and this right here. Now, milk creates, causes a lot of well, you want mucus in your body. That's how you help fight. That's how you keep foreign invaders from going into your bloodstream. The mucous membrane, and within your mucous membrane are macrophages. Macrophages are basically viruses that kill bacteria and stuff that would go past your membrane and go into your bloodstream, particularly in your gut. But, so you want that mucous membrane there. So when those macrophages attack the foreign invaders, it expels it. So that's where that's why you're expelling mucus when you're sick. That don't happen to me when I drink raw milk, y'all. Raw milk is the business. You don't want to get pasteurized milk. Pasteurized milk is not the business. You do not want pasteurized milk. You know what I'm saying? Pasteurized milk is bad. That's where the mucus shit. You know how they say there's this guy at work was telling me that milk is pus. And I'm like, dog, no, milk is not pus. He was basically saying milk is pus. I said, bruh, milk is not pus. Now, if you have a sick cow, if you're getting milk from a sick cow, there can be pus in the milk. But if you have a happy cow, a happy, healthy cow, you're not going to get mucus, or you're not going to get pus in your milk. A lot of misconceptions about meat and milk and whatnot and dairy. You know what I'm saying? You just have to make sure that you get that raw dairy. You understand? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. But I'm telling you what works. People that I know that are lactose intolerant, they drink this. First of all, it's the most refreshing milk you've ever had. But they don't get that mucus, that slimy coating feeling when they drink this. And it has the lactase in it. Lactase, that's the enzyme that helps break down the lactose. So you're not just getting lactose loose all up in your body. You're getting anyway. I'm about to go up in here and eat my breakfast, y'all. Anyway, today's my birthday. I just turned 43 years old. And yeah. To scare the masses, no foreign object can even. No, well, No foreign object can make it across the ocean unless they're allowed to. They're lying. They're definitely lying about them not knowing that the balloon was there until it got over Montana. They're definitely lying about that. But if it did cross international waters into our airspace, they definitely knew about it. Especially it's white. You can't hide the shit. It's white, right? It has no type of stealth technology. It's just white floating up in the air. Of course Of course they know, but that doesn't mean that it's not China's. Doesn't mean that they didn't just allow China to have their balloon come up in here. But I agree. I agree that they knew. Jim Ketchum Sunshine, yeah, 5 minutes before that thing came into our airspace, NORAD would be on. Of course. Of course. But again, they allowed, if it was China's, they allowed it. If it wasn't China's, then it's a fear campaign. Think about it. Navy, Air Force, combat alert already in effect. Camp Pendleton already closed to the public. We are already in code alert. Yeah, I mean, it's, who knows, man? Who knows? All you gotta do is be prepared. You see, when shit like this comes up, if you're prepared, no need to panic. No need to panic. If you're a resourceful individual and you're prepared, no need to panic, man. Just be ready to go. Stay frosty. Thank you, Marcy T. Thank you, Jim Ketchum. Like the 11-9 planes, drones, exactly. They said Congress overrode Commander-in-Chief. Congress cannot override. So you do need the approval of Congress to declare a war, to go into war, but to shoot down a foreign enemy flying object that came into our airspace, he don't need permission from the Congress for that. He is the commander-in-chief of the United States Army. That means that he's the top dog until such time there's maybe martial law, and then I forgot what amendment that was, or what part of the Constitution that was, where the military can then take override the president. You know, like the commander, not the commander-in-chief, but the chief of staff of the United States military can take over. But that's not what's going on right now. The president, they could have shot that shit down. Thank you, Nicolette Moore. He is the last word. But I mean, of course, he's not really the last word, right? There's a lot of things going on that is exposing the impotency of this government, right? It's very impotent. There's a lot of things exposing impotency. And what I mean by that is a lot of shit's going on that is bringing to light the fact that we do not have any control over much of what's going on in the world without the threat of our military, right? Without the threat of our military. But China, they own so much of our debt that it doesn't matter how effective our military is. They have already infiltrated. The Chinese have infiltrated the United States since the 50s and 60s. And so, listen, China's already all up and through here. So if some shit got down and got popping, we'd already be at a slight disadvantage. And that's why the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's why the only reason China hasn't taken over is because of the over 400 million firearms in this country. If not for that, they would have, you know what I'm saying? They would have invaded us like they trying to do it at Taiwan. Trust me on it. We cannot give that up. Yeah, Chinese police stations in several states, in multiple countries. I used to date someone who got me the job at McDonnell Douglas. He was part of a team that designed aircrafts. I learned so much from him about how crafts work. Oh, nice. Yeah, Yeah, they own a lot of, yeah, they do own much of the land in California. They own land in they own land in Montana. They own land all over the place. They were trying to uh, make a corn processing plant somewhere, and they weren't allowed to do that. But now they just have the land. They got my gun. Will still work after the EMP. Well, unfortunately, I lost all haters ate my shit. It's still buffering. Anyway, guys, I gotta get out of here. Get back in this house. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show y'all the balloon. If you didn't see the balloon over Fort Jackson, South Carolina, y'all can go back and watch the replay. And yeah, we're gonna keep marching forward toward freedom, peace, people. And yeah, just be prepared, get prepared, stay prepared. If you ain't already, you understand what I'm saying? And you don't have to panic. No need to panic about anything, right? No need. Get your water in order. Get your storable foods. Your ability to start a fire, all that type of shit, and you'll be all right. You will be all right. Don't let these motherfuckers scare you out of your freedom, okay? Because that's always the agenda, to scare you out of your freedom. So again, like, share, subscribe, and we gonna keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.